All right, let's try this again. Sorry, I needed to finish eating. I forgot my water. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so we missed last week. We just kind of had a busy week with work. I needed a break. So this week, I thought we'd try something a little different. We have been testing these Zener cards. And I know testing kind of gets dry after a while, even for me. And something that we're going to need, if you remember, we're looking at building like an online kind of, just as a theme, a parapsychology kind of platform where we can conduct various tests. The idea is we can test from and get a large sample set of people from all over the world. Zener cards are pretty, I wouldn't say well known, but you might recognize these symbols in these cards. You might not know what they are, but they've been part of our culture for a long time. The idea being is you can send, that you could telepathically send this information to another individual, and they would kind of try to receive that message and say, okay, I think it is the circle. Sometimes they're colored. There's other things that you could do it where you're doing more like a predictive model, like, okay, I'm predicting that the next card is square, so to speak, and you could do that on your own, or there's just a lot of different scenarios that we could do in this kind of situation. So as a platform, I thought it sounded like fun. So one thing that we'll need, and I don't know if I have it in here, and I'm still going back and forth on what the actual implementation will be, but I think for tonight we're going with JavaScript, which will probably be maybe less interesting to me just from a technology standpoint, but also might make it more hackable for the community if this actually does turn into something. More people will probably be more comfortable hacking on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, just a nice light stack. So I think what we'd probably do is fire up Socket.io. I haven't done that in a long time, or I might actually just see if the web platform itself is good enough with just WebSockets. Like, is it built it well enough into the browser that I don't need a support platform? So maybe we'll look at that first. Again, I haven't done any of this. I'm going to go ahead and close down, or I can. So let's see. Browser, WebSocket, report, spell. Make sure I don't get some kind of echo here. Am I even online? Okay. That's right. Okay, so most browser browsers fully support the WebSocket protocol, which enables bidirectional real-time communication. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what it looks like without Socket.io. And just for those who are unfamiliar, Socket. This is I would say at this point, pretty well-known library in the web community for dealing with WebSockets. Years ago, I made a real-time-ish Jeopardy game. It was a lot of fun, and we used this. It was for work, just for a end-of-year party. So let's see how close the built-in platform is, like the built-in APIs is to this, because I actually enjoyed this quite a bit. Who's supporting this? This one seems interesting. I mean, honestly, I think for our platform, we're probably not going to have that many people at one time. If we do, we've got a good problem, and we can probably reconfigure. a lot of times you don't want to over-optimize for the future, especially given, you know, appreciate y'all, but I have like 4 followers at the moment. Well, let's take a look anyways. Let's see. Of course, it's Chrome. Do get Edge with that. No support, Safari, no support. Okay, fair enough. Seems like something we could support maybe later. So we can see this API. Okay, we have an output. Okay, start. This WebSocket stream. Just open, we can grab these things. Seems pretty interesting. And I'm wondering, it's something I kind of remember about Socket.io, and I don't know if it's something that I implemented myself, or because it's been years, or if it's something built in with this idea of like rooms. So you're like listening for a specific, it's like tagged message. I don't want to look for something in the standard if it's something that I'm misremembering. Let's see, but that's cool. I think we're well covered with support. This is the server, yeah. So when you get a connection, it's going to emit back to you. Hello world. Oh, no, okay. Hello. And then you're going to receive hello, open world, okay. Receive a message from the client. And when we receive howdy, it'll print. Okay. Be misremembering that. It might have been part of this tutorial. Let me see. I'm going to kind of skim this. It might have just been something that I worked on years ago that I'm not remembering correctly. Yeah, this looks old. I do remember I had a chat application that had rooms that I built for a client a long time ago. I'm thinking I'm just misremembering this, and this is something that I had to implement myself. Because yeah, this just seems to be like listening for basically labels. Okay. Well, that might make this easier. Let's see what the standard gives us. Maybe we can just use that ourselves. Because I do like to get a little bit more low level when I'm not at work. Because then I'm more informed, and also keeps our dependencies lighter. We had to have build systems and all that fun stuff. And message. Okay, we already read this. Additionally, the Web Transport API is expected to replace the WebSocket API from many applications. You know what? I'm gonna take a look. before I do that. Limit it's not in baseline because it does not work. Oh, of course it's Safari. It's not widely supported. See full compatibility. Maybe it's okay. It's bind to flag, so it's coming. Maybe it'll enable soon. Now let's test the phone. Let's take a look at this. Doesn't mean we're going to use it, but I'm jumping around a little bit. But you know, that's part of the research, right? Blocking allows for multiplexing, so a single connection can stream multiple resources simultaneously. Okay, that's cool. Okay, this could be handy. A connection to the HTTP server, you pass its URL to the web transport constructor. Note that the scheme needs to be HTTPS and the port number needs to be explicitly specified. Okay. So I'd have to have a server set up already with a search. Or at least a local search, which it's been a minute. I don't want to bore you with that on stream. I still read this. Okay, I'm leaning towards this being a little bit more lower level than I want to go right now. Doesn't look that bad, but I think the WebSocket's a nice abstraction that we can actually work with and have some fun with on this platform. And again, I would like this to be hackable by the community. I'd like people to be building things and adding onto it over time. So I think the WebSockets just might be a good kind of middle ground. They're a little bit lower level than you might get normally, but they're not maybe going to be blocking somebody from getting started. These always remind me more of just kind of like event emitters and listeners. That's essentially what it is. Okay. Interface, so we have WebSocket. We're not doing the WebSocket stream yet. Close event and a message event. This is interesting. C#, Java. I'm not doing that too. Upgrade to a WebSocket connection. Okay. Let's take a look at writing WebSocket server. know what HTTP is. What do you mean by works? Okay, this is a little more than I thought. This is okay. I think we might, just like the web transport API, we might come back to this. We're gonna go to socket.io. It was a good detour, but I think we just want to actually just build something tonight, at least. I do have interest in learning that kind of stuff. I don't know if you want to watch me do that right now. This whole thing is about building a different platform. So, okay. Hopefully this one isn't too heavy. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and do their chat tutorial. I haven't done that in probably, what, at least 6 years. So let's go ahead and see what we got. So welcome to I'm not going to read this out loud, but okay, so I thought you created a basic chat app. Okay, I'm not going to do a code sandbox. All right. Yeah, we use the ESM. Alright, let's go ahead and spin up a project. Okay, so what we're doing here, just for those of you who are unfamiliar, using a node version manager. If you put an nvm.rc file in the base of your directory, if you kind of move it between different projects, it will actually change the version for you if you follow the directions and set it up properly. I think I actually have it so that it will install a version. If I don't even have it installed, it'll go look for it and install it. It's kind of cool. Okay, we're going to set the type as module. Give us ESM. Don't need this right now. Okay, so this is the server. Okay, fair enough. Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, I remember what this is demo. They just put the HTML and stuff in the same project, which is fine. I don't know if I need the @4 for this. We're gonna try it. Oh, just express. Type that one. Oh, it's not node. What am I doing? Yeah, let's try this at 4 again. No 5 came out. I haven't tried it yet. Okay, so I'm gonna give myself less of this back and forth. Pull this guy out. Over to 2. I'm gonna go ahead and destroy this one. What? Oh, I don't have one yet. That makes sense. We're gonna do this a little bit different than theirs. Source. I'm gonna do main.js. Save that. Import. I usually like single quotes, but we don't use them at work, and I just don't want to mix up my styles because then I'll throw myself off later. Oh, interesting. Okay, we're going to use the built-in circuit. Let's go ahead and create a new, well, this is a window, I think, in tmux. Run, or not, install HD, and we're going to add the types for node so we get autocomplete. If you want to give me feedback on text size and things like that, let me know. I can try to bump it up. I kind of watch these back, but it's usually on my TV on YouTube, because I upload them to YouTube afterwards. I think there is a link somewhere on this profile if you're interested. Okay, so we have a request and response. This is pretty common with Express. So we're going to send just some HTML down. Just want to see how it handles them. Start the server. Okay, it's complaining. You'll find a lot of times the LSP will stop complaining if you do that for unused variables. Sometimes it works. You get too many of them, it won't. Okay, so let's do npm run. Actually, we don't have a start. Okay, let's be able to test it here. Cannot type. There we go. Put it on the bottom today. Is that Leo? Hi, Leo. that part. Yep, so we set up the server. Again, we're just kind of going through this, importing our dependencies. We're gonna get an instance of Express, and we're gonna create a server that we're gonna drop the app into, set up a route. It's gonna return some HTML that says hello world, and we're gonna start the server on port 3000. That's all we've done so far. And yeah, it looks like it's handling UTF-8 okay. Okay, looks like we're going to break out the HTML. Good. I don't know if this dirt name's going to work. And then we're going to change our response to a send file. These used to be built in. Kind of annoying they're not anymore. I forget the reason why, it's been a while. Okay, I am not going to type all this out because it's really not what the point of this exercise is, right? It's the interaction that I'm interested in. And this, I like typing this out because this is where I'm actually working right now. I'll create my own interfaces later. Just a quick overview for those who are interested. Setting our viewport in the header. They set the title of the page. That's what you generally see up here. But again, if you're unfamiliar. This is a style sheet. Usually we don't inline these like this anymore, but you can do it. I have done it at times when I'm trying to just have your files and payloads and things like that to send down the pipe. And then we have the body of the pages, which is what you see. Looks like we're going to be using an unordered list to render our messages. Then we have a form to send it. And clearly, yeah, we graph it down here. So it looks like it's going to just pin the form down at the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our index.html file. I'll be curious to see where I need to put this. Okay, let's just do that. Console.log. See where it thinks we should put it. So it should be in the source directory. Fair enough. We might make some changes to this. That's great. It's just a demo. We'll at least make a directory for like static files. How's that? There we go. X that out. There we go. Got a little chat thing that doesn't do anything right now, which is fine. Okay, we're on stop and form. That's next. We will type out the client side. Again, I just like that. Helps with memory. I'm not worried about the layouts and things like that right now, but I do want to see how the server and client work together. Okay, so we're gonna integrate socket.io. Yep, we have a server side, we have a client side. Okay. Sure, follow that. This should be good. Yes? No? In these cases, I just type it out. Here we go. Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, so I think in this demo, they had like all the static files and routes. Use the express routing. Then the I/O here is used for the WebSocket server itself. So they're two separate things. They're just kind of in the same code, or two separate servers. Apparently, we're still going to pass in this other server. Okay. Should read about that sometime. Some people think using these emojis here can be kind of silly, but when you're staring at a wall of log messages, it can really kind of help you find what you're looking for. Okay, now in this case, probably overkill. Oh, we'll see. Oh, we gotta update the client, that makes sense. Still confused by this. It says that it passes it along for development. I guess. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we'd use like a CDN or download one for production. So we're basically downloading the dependency and then instantiating it. Oh, I did it. And keep refreshing the page. There we go. Kind of fun. Okay, this is good for me to try to remember later if we end up using this in the platform. I did have an idea of basically you could have one of the applications like act as the host, and then they all connect through there. I've also had an idea of you could also have like just a remote server software that's simple for people to set up, and then you could connect to a remote host. And then I thought of also having a centralized one because I'd like to see this data. Yep, so here we go, user connected. Socket also fires a special disconnect event. Okay. So this is something I kind of remember. I think this is basically saying the server started this connection one, or like this connection to it, but then you have to work within this space. For that particular connection. So like all the things that they list to, I think have to be inside here, but we'll find out in a minute. Now, of course, you can break out the routes and, you know, things like that, or all the handlers and all that, but just as a mental model, you have to have a connection, and then you get that socket, and then you can work with it. Okay, so just for fun, let's grab this. Have this one. We're gonna do, I've got 2 windows. Got user connect, user disconnected, user connected. So if I refresh, it's gonna disconnect, then connect again. Right? But I should also be able to put one here. There we go. And if I close the window of disconnect. All right, cool. Could be good for status, like status indicators and things like that. Any data you want. Okay, that could be fun. All right, so we're going to make some updates to client side. Would normally break this out into another file, but I'm going to just try to let that go. All right, so we're going to do reference to the form up above. I just want my autocomplete. I'm stopping. Let's see, document. Look into an LSP later. Const input equal. All right, so then we're going to add an event listener on the form, or like on a form submission event. This prevent default here is going to stop it from doing what we were seeing here. We'll see it actually goes to the next page with the query string. This prevent default will stop that from happening. So it's basically you're saying, hey, I'm going to handle this event. Don't do what you normally do, which is kind of inferred with this prevent default, but if you haven't done this before, it might be less obvious. So if there's a value, we're going to admit the message to the server with the value that had been put inside the form. And then we're going to reset the value. So basically, this input will get reset to nothing. Go ahead and type that up real quick. We got our event reference. Socket reference. We're going to emit the value, or emit the event. And then reset the input. Okay, and then this is on the server. Remember we were talking about how everything lives within this connection event that occurred on the server. So the connection came in from the client, and then we can now listen for this event. Go ahead and put that in place. I was writing the wrong thing. Okay, so socket.onChat message, and then we get a reference to message. We're just going to console that out for now. I think what's going to happen is we're probably going to emit an event that's going to, remember we had that unordered list here? It's probably going to populate that list. Find that together. Sure. Using a template literal here. If you're unfamiliar, if you use these ticks, you can, instead of doing this kind of string concatenation here, you can use these $sign with brackets. You can put any expression in here and it will work. So it just reads a little bit nicer. Okay, in case you were just watching my typing here, all the messages showed up here. So I type in hi again. Goes up there. Pretty cool. All right, now I'm gonna, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to then, we're going to emit back to the client and add to the list. Okay, so they call it broadcasting. Get back here with, okay, so I'm using the right terminology. So they are emitting events. So this kind of follows the pattern that you see in like browser events. Just like we were adding an event listener on the form. So they're using the same verbiage here. In this case, they're going to broadcast an event from the server. Instead of, I guess, emitting it. I guess, you know, it says emit too, so. All right, whatever. So, that's right, we had order to send to everybody. Socket.io gives us the io.emit. Emit hello world to all connected users. copy this. On chat message, we're just gonna emit it to everybody. They did a really good job with this library, I think. I gotta start my survey. Oh, I'm not listening for him yet. Makes sense. Okay, so in theory, I am emitting from the server. But we don't have the we don't have anything on the client side listening for those messages yet. So that makes sense. Needed to scroll down. Okay, so that's right. So we have an unordered list up here as messages. In the socket on chat message, we get it just almost, I think it's actually identical, I have to check. On the server side, we're going to receive a message and then we're going to process it the way we want. You might remember this document create element from our testing that we did a couple weeks back when we were doing stuff with JS DOM and Node Test Runner and our custom elements. It's just going to append that element. And then I always forget about scroll too. Okay, so the short version of this, let's just do kind of inline it. We'll erase this in a minute. So we have basically this up here. Come on. I can't type. Okay, so we have this above, right? I don't want to modify this one because I just want to make it easy to delete. And each time a chat message comes in, we're going to create a new list element, a list item. You want to call it list item element, and then we're going to put our message in here. And we'll continually receive these events, and they'll just keep getting added. It's a short version of it. All right, let's see if this works. Type something right. Or I didn't finish it. I jump ahead a lot. I just typed that wrong. See, the syntax highlighting can be helpful, right? It's like I noticed that this wasn't right, but I was like, well, maybe it's just my LSP. Nope. Just typed it wrong. All right. This is not working. Okay, so I'm emitting here, but I'm not telling it what message. So remember, it's listening for a certain thing. I think this broadcast goes to everybody. Wait, I jumped ahead. I'm telling you things wrong. Mail connection, socket on chat message. You want to send a message to everyone except a certain emitting socket. We have a broadcast flag for emitting from the socket. Sorry, I'm gonna see if I get these right before I tell you wrong. Child is not a function. Hey, that worked. Still want to know about that welcome message. I'm gonna figure that out in a second. Cool. Let's see if this will work. Okay, going down a little bit of a rabbit hole here, but the chat function seems to be working. What I want to know is how I could broadcast to everybody the general message. Okay, so I could just have a general listener here. Everybody, if somebody's drawing. I don't like it that way, but so I want to know what this is. If you have a message, everyone except for a certain emitting socket, we have the broadcast flag. This certain emitting socket thing is a little bit confusing. Maybe I just don't need that right now. Okay, so we're gonna just do that message. Do it this way. Okay, user connected. Should see that one over here, or an additional one, so it'd be 2 and then 1. There we go. I'm clearly not good at that. Alright. That works. That's pretty cool. Gonna make a user disconnected message. That's cool. All right. And just because it bothers me. Totally not needed. But I just want this to be in focus. There you go. So I can just start typing right away. All right, that's cool. All right, let's see how far along we are, because I'm coming up to about an hour, and I do usually about an hour a week. It's kind of late here for me. I need to get ready for bed. That's working. Overview of the API. You know, I'm gonna call it here, I think, because I think an overview would be good when I'm picking things back up next week. So we'll just leave this here, but I appreciate you all watching. Thank you. See you